Get ready for your Wednesday news brief, brought to you by FeedViewer.
Apple's iPad deals are available daily, with prices dropping even after the release of the new iPad Pro and iPad Air. The ninth generation iPad, announced alongside the iPhone 13 in 2021, is still a good option despite its discontinuation. The 10th gen iPad, released in 2022, modernizes the design with USB-C, uniform bezel with no home button, a side power button with a fingerprint sensor, and a larger display. The 6th gen iPad mini, announced in 2021, has a larger screen, an A15 Bionic processor, support for USB-C, and options for 5G. The 2024 iPad Air and iPad Pro are also available, with prices starting at $599 and $999 respectively.
The Department of Justice's antitrust trial against Google in the U.S. v. Google case revolves around the concept of parking, the concept of Google acquiring and then potentially storing its competitors to maintain its dominance in the online advertising market. The government alleges that Google has built an unassailable ad empire by owning all major parts of the ad tech stack, including the system publishers use to offer ad inventory, the system advertisers use to buy and place ads, and the exchange where all the buying and selling takes place. The government's case includes evidence that Google bought and stored potential competitors, a practice they argue is evidence of Google's dominance. However, YouTube CEO Neil Mohan argued that Google was simply trying to compete and that parking refers to Google's acquisition of a company and then integrating it into Google's technology stack.
Uber has announced a new rider verification feature to enhance safety for drivers and couriers. Customers who choose to be verified will have their personal information cross-checked against third-party databases and can also upload their government-issued ID to the Uber app. The changes are intended to give drivers more confidence that they aren't being scammed or targeted when accepting trip or delivery requests. The company has already banned about 15,000 rider accounts for using fake and inappropriate names. The voluntary process was tested in several cities earlier this year, with positive results.
Former CEO of MoviePass, Mitch Lowe, has pleaded guilty to securities fraud for his involvement in a scheme to mislead investors. Lowe admitted to making false representations about the sustainability of a $9.95 monthly plan that promised unlimited access to movies in theaters. This plan led to the closure of the service in 2019 and its subsequent bankruptcy. Lowe, along with Ted Farnsworth, the former CEO of MoviePass parent company Helios and Matheson Analytics, could face up to 5 years in prison.
The Epomaker TH80 Pro, a top mechanical keyboard for budget-conscious users, is now available at a record low price of $53.99 on Amazon. The 75% mechanical keyboard offers a fun and enjoyable typing experience with colorful per-key RGB lighting. It is highly customizable with hot swappable switches and keys that can be programmed. The keyboard also offers multiple connectivity options, including Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless via dongle. However, its plastic build and lack of advanced software tricks make it less durable and less advanced than some more expensive rivals.
The U.S. Coast Guard has released an image of the sunken Titan submarine, which was attempting to ferry tourists to the wreckage of the Titanic when it disappeared. The Coast Guard determined that the submarine had suffered a catastrophic implosion, and all 5 members aboard died. The wreckage was discovered by a remotely operated vehicle about 500 meters from the Titanic's bow. The Coast Guard is investigating whether any misconduct, negligence, or violation of law contributed to the loss of the vessel and the deaths of everyone on board.
Electronic Arts has announced that a movie adaptation of the popular game series, The Sims, is in the works. The film will be produced by Amazon MGM Studios, with the script co-written by Bryony Redman and Kate Herron, who will also direct. The project is co-produced by Margot Robbie's Lucky Chap, suggesting that it might have a Barbie-like quality. EA has not shared any story details or a release date for the movie.
The article provides a guide on how to use the macOS terminal, a command line interface that is still present in macOS and Windows. It is now possible to launch the terminal from Spotlight or from the Utilities folder in Finder. The article provides 9 commands that can be used in the terminal, including changing how screenshots are saved, keeping the Mac awake, getting detailed system status readings for Squid apps, put a message on the login screen, shut down or restart the Mac, show a simple calendar, update the macOS operating system, and change the dock spacing.
Apple has added support for Rich Communication Services, RCS, the Rich Communication Services Protocol for messaging, to iOS 18. This update will improve chats between iPhone and Android users, providing features such as high-resolution media, typing indicators, and read receipts. However, not all carriers currently support RCS on iPhone. Apple is only supporting the basic RCS standard, called RCS Universal Profile, which is not encrypted, meaning messages will not be encrypted like they are with iPhone users over iMessage.
An attack targeting Hezbollah members in Lebanon and Syria has resulted in the death of at least 8 people, including a child, and the injury of around 2,800 others. The explosion occurred during a period of ongoing warfare between Hezbollah and Israel, coinciding with the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces has declined to comment on the incidents. The Wall Street Journal and Reuters reported that the pagers that exploded were part of a new shipment received by Hezbollah, and that some people felt the devices heating up and disposed of them before they exploded.
Today is going to feel like 95 degrees. You can expect clear and sunny.
Until next time, this has been your news update from FeedViewer.